Welcome, Namaste, and welcome to Dr. Shah's Clinic. In yet another video, we are going to, kind of answer the question, how to collect a semen sample at home. So many patients, kind of usually face difficulties when they come to an andrology laboratory. They're not in the mindset to collect a sample. It's an unknown place. It's a place you're not familiar with, and many laboratories are not equipped with separate semen collection rooms. So a good andrology laboratory, a good place where where they do a semen analysis or a sperm testing, should have a separate area allocated for semen collection or sperm collection. It's called as the sperm collection room, with audio visual aids which which ease the collection process for you. Now many places, unfortunately, because there's a lack of space or a lack of investment from the management or whatever be the reason, they do not give much importance to the notion of a semen collection room, and many places don't even have this. So in these instances, if you are located close to the laboratory, say within 5 kilometers or within 10 kilometers, and if you can come to the laboratory within 45 minutes from the point of time of semen collection, you can do a semen collection at your home very, very conveniently. Now I made this video primarily because a lot of patients were asking me, is it possible to collect semen at home and bring it to the laboratory? We are more comfortable at home collection of semen or collecting semen or sperm at home. It gives us better privacy, and that's what works for us. So many patients actually suffer from erectile dysfunction when they come to an andrology laboratory to collect semen. So yes, you can definitely do a home collection of semen sample, but there are some very, very important points that you should definitely bear in mind when you're attempting at a home collection of semen sample. So the first point number one, is that ensure you have adequate privacy in your home. Now, because not all of us live in 2 BHK or 3 BHK or fancy apartments, sometimes you may not get adequate privacy at home when you're doing a semen collection. There may be noises. You may have children, cousins or nephews playing around, or you may be living in wall-to-wall homes, and the neighboring homes noises, ambient noises may be filtering in. So you don't want to kind of collect a semen sample at home where there's too much noise. So ensure first of all that you're isolated, you're in a separate room, you have adequate privacy, and choose a time where you're actually quite comfortable and where there's relatively less noise, so that you're not distracted at the time of collecting the semen sample. Then the point number two is you have to collect the semen sample by masturbation, and your hands has to be dry. Remember, you don't want to use any lubricants, any soaps, any water-based lube, absolutely anything, because if you use lubes or if you use soap on your hand or water-based lube while collecting the semen sample, you're going to mix it up with the semen sample, and that's going to affect our sperm motility estimation under the microscope, and that's not at all good. So you cannot use any lubrication or soaps or any kind of fluids. Wash your hands with soap, dry it with a towel. Ensure you also wash your organ and private parts with soap and dry it. Keep both the regions completely dry before collecting the semen sample. That's the second important point. The third important point to bear in mind is ejaculatory abstinence. So if you're collecting a semen sample today, there should be at least 1 day abstinence, or at least some couple of hours of ejaculatory abstinence. Now the WHO recommends a 2 to 7 day abstinence window. We don't do that because we have our own data. We published a study which looked at ejaculatory abstinence with over 3,000 patients, and what we did find was the best semen parameters are seen with short duration of abstinence. So if you have sexual intercourse the previous day, give a 24-hour gap and collect the semen sample at home the next day for a sperm test. So 1 day ejaculatory abstinence is what we recommend, or even less than a day is usually fine, but 1 day is usually adequate. Now the next point, or the third important or the fourth important point is you need to get this particular wide mouth container from your laboratory. So before collecting the sample, you have to ask your andrology laboratory to give you a sterile, one-time use, disposable, wide-mouthed container, and this container should have your name, your patient ID, along with the date of collection neatly and clearly marked on the container. This is very important. Don't take containers which are unlabeled, and don't ever give the container unlabeled back to the lab, because otherwise you will have a sample mix-up. In busy laboratories, you'll get a wrong report, and this has happened many times. So ensure that you receive a container that is completely labeled, and not just that, it should be wide mouth, it should be gamete friendly, it should be non-toxic in nature, and there are a lot of other things. So this is a wide mouth container, so it has a wide mouth which helps in sample collection. What's also very important is once you collect the sample, please write down the time of collection here or wherever you can with a marker pen. Just write it down. So because what happens is, when you write down the time of collection and when you come to the laboratory, we'll be able to estimate how much time it has taken for you to basically give the sample, and we'll estimate the time between collection to analysis. The time frame between collection to analysis should be within 45 minutes to 1 hour. If you take a longer time to come to the laboratory, you cannot technically do, and you cannot get an accurate report, because what basically happens, your sperm motility starts decreasing and we are going to get very erroneous values. That's important. The fifth important point is, once you have collected collected the semen in the wide mouth container, remember first you have to collect your complete sample. The first drop you should never spill out. So remember, as soon as you are coming close to the point of ejaculation, don't spill out even a single drop. Ensure without spillage you can collect the complete sample. As soon as you collect, close the sample lid and place it in your upper pocket like this, right? So keep it close to the body and then come to the laboratory. Now, why we tell you to keep it close to the body or the upper body here is, the advantage is, when the sample is close to the body, to some extent the 37 degrees Celsius holding temperature will be maintained for the sample, and that's very important. If you keep the sample like this on the car AC or near the car or somewhere on the floor, again the spermatozoa are going to lose motility. So keep that in your upper pocket like that. Keep it close, immediately close, and keep it close, and then come to the laboratory. Try to come within 45 minutes. Now, of course, remember, don't use a condom for collection. Don't collect it in a condom, then empty it into the container. You don't want to do that. Don't use lubricants. These are all small things. Again, another point that you can bear in mind is, you can definitely use videos or audio video material, explicit sexual material, to help you get arousal at the time of collection. And that's about it. So it's fairly simple. You can, home collection of semen is something which you can definitely do. I hope you found this video useful as well as informative, and I hope I've clarified. I've tried to answer most of the questions around home collection of semen sample. Please like, comment and subscribe. Please share this video with anyone who's looking out for a home collection, or anyone home collection for semen analysis. If you know anyone who's searching for information on this, please share it with them. And this is Dr. Shah. I'll see you soon with another video.